Mr. E.
It's this keyboard. I need you to do a little talking piece, buddy.
Welcome. We will be starting our... Tell me when. Okay. Greetings, everyone. We will be starting our podcast very, very soon. We're just testing our audio to make sure everything's coming through okay. We have a comment already, and we're going to ignore that one. Thank you for your effort, but we will be ignoring that. Hope everyone is doing well, and we're going to get started very soon on the Creative Talk podcast. It has been very rainy here in Melbourne. Hope you've been staying warm and cozy.
That was a lovely little introduction.
Wasn't
there.
it?
Warm and cozy.
I know. I'm all about warm and cozy.
It is a bit like that in Melbourne at the moment, though. It is freaking freezing, man. This winter is definitely here.
Winter has arrived, hasn't
Winter
it?
is here. Yeah, 100%.
Winter. It's not just coming; it's actually arrived.
It's definitely, we're definitely feeling the coldness of Melbourne's beautiful winter summer, which is always winter because there's never a summer.
I mean, there is a summer when we have those 40-degree days, but then it's just like that's too hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can't do anything. Kia ora and welcome to Creative Talk Podcast, the place where we blend the worlds of both consciousness and commerce. My name is Kabraska King.
And I'm Amber King, and today we have a very special guest that's going to be coming on very, very soon. Fellow New Zealander.
Yes.
She is very talented in her many different modalities. We have gotten to know her over the last few years.
We have indeed. We have. We spent some time with her in multiple classes learning on similar modalities, and it's great to have her with us this evening to really delve deeper into her world because I'm fascinated by all the things that she kind of does, especially within the kinesiology side of things. That thing is like, whoa.
It's next level.
Next level.
Yes, but before we bring her on, let's just have a little recap on last week when we interviewed Phil and Kerry.
Yes, the mediums with the most, or the mostest. Them as a couple, you know, in business, in their spiritual journey, and husband and wife, they are doing so much, man.
Oh, they're so busy.
They are the most busiest human beings, mediums, people
Psychics.
that are married, psychics, etc. on the planet. I am I don't know. I was both inspired, motivated, and then just like, wow, that's a really amazing like business and movement that they've been able to create for themselves. You know, it's pretty cool.
They're pretty cool. They do so they teach mediumship. They do live demonstrations, which is when you do mediumship on stage in front of people. They teach psychic
all over the world.
Yeah,
all over the world. We were lucky enough to see them when they came to Australia.
Yes, we did do 2 workshops with them over a period of 3 or 4 days, I think, and it was amazing.
It was full on, man.
You know, you think you're getting up there with your mediumship and your psychic abilities, and then you go to a workshop like that, and then the first day you're like, oh, I'm not very good at all. But by the end of it, you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
You learn so much, right?
Yeah, there were so many things that they said in the podcast, and like I haven't even had time to go back and review all of it. I've looked back at it because I was telling you today, you know, when we do these sessions, sometimes we don't get to fully take in what comes from the questions and the answers, but they have profound answers. And one space in particular was when Kerry was sharing her, you know, their reasons for getting into it and doing what they do. And that really, this is just a practice of like increasing your spiritualism. Because, you know, sometimes people call us woo-woo and crazy and all that kind of stuff, which I do not care about, to be completely honest. But just that understanding for me of what we do and what we're doing is the same as someone like going to the gym and working out and building their fitness and their health. But we're doing that for our spiritualism practice. It's not a religion. It's basically just to help us with conscious connection, healing, all the abilities that we know we have. And then having that spiritualism practice actually allows us to do that.
It's like a muscle, you know. It's like the more you practice and the more you work at it, and the better you get at it. And that's one thing that they really bring out in people, you know, because as Kerry said in one of her, our cat has joined us for the podcast.
We need a cat cam.
We do. We get set that up.
I'm totally going to get one. Yeah.
She's currently doing biscuits on Kabraska's jacket, which costs a lot of money.
This is a really expensive jacket. I left it on the floor one time. It's got like an inner sheepskin fleece thing in it. Anyway, I left it on the floor one day, and then the next day I came in, and she was fully asleep on it, like it was.
She claimed it. She's on there now.
Now she's on there.
It's nice and warm for her. But yes, going back to what Kerry said, everyone is psychic.
Totally.
And everyone has that ability. It's within them. They just, you know, some people have developed it more than others.
Yeah.
And so Phil and Kerry actually teach you how to develop that. And then when it comes to mediumship, their take on that is this is something that you can grow as a part of your spiritual practice, but you're not necessarily going to be excellent at it straight away. It's like when you go to the gym and you start lifting weights, you're not going to start lifting 100 kg straight away, right? You're going to start with the smaller weights and build yourself up.
And they also said that being a psychic and being, having that as your first kind of gift and ability and learning how to use that actually complements mediumship.
It does.
And I never thought of that before because I thought they were kind of separate. I thought the two gifts and abilities were actually separate. But when Phil and Kerry said that, being a psychic is the same when you are doing a psychic reading or connection on someone who's living, you're actually doing the same thing with someone that's passed as well.
Yeah.
And their method of doing the blend between the two is incredible. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, because if you think about when you're doing a psychic reading, you are tuning into the energy of a person that's living. So someone, say, sitting across from you. When you're doing a mediumship reading, you are tuning into the energy of somebody who's passed. But if you imagine them sitting across from you or sitting around with you
in the space,
you can tune into their energy and get the information.
Because there's no difference in the energy. They are there and here, and so are we.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Always talking to them, I always leave going, wow, that was pretty intense. And you learn a lot just from having a conversation with them.
Yes, and I do hope they come back here to Australia. They're based in the UK and they travel to the US and Europe a lot because that's closer to where they are. But hopefully next year they plan to come down here and we can get to work with them again and learn from them again. And
their award-winning documentary is available on Apple TV. You can check it out for yourself. It's called Evidence of the Afterlife. It is an incredible tale and story of how they travel around the world and also do what they love to do, which is mediumship, evidential mediumship, that they are super incredible at. We've seen them live. Go and check it out. Go and check out their website and see what those two are up to because they're incredible teachers, practitioners, mediums. Yeah, they're fantastic.
If you want to learn, they're very good teachers to learn from, and they do. You can learn anywhere in the world because they do online courses as well.
What else is coming up this weekend, Eva?
Well, from tomorrow onwards.
Not that it was a competition, but this chick actually did so well this week. She sold out all her pre-slots.
I did. I won. But it's not a competition.
It's not a competition, but she won.
I mean, I got booked out before Kabraska.
But it's not a competition, but she won.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What are you going to do, eh? No,
I'm not jealous.
No, not at all. No, we have Thursday, Friday. Oh, no, it's Thursday today. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We are going to be down at Mind, Body, Spirit Festival in the psychic reading room doing psychic readings, tarot readings, mediumship readings, clairvoyant readings, and clairsentient readings. It's all part of being psychic, but we will be there. And then every day from they have pre-bookings available from 10 the 10 a.m. slot
11.
and the 10:30 slot, from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. and the 10:30, and both of us have booked out on those.
It was a team effort. We did well.
And there are times available after that, but you've got to go down to the actual location. Like, you got to go to the convention center and get in early with the team down there. And Merv and his awesome team will help you choose a reader. If we're not available, there's plenty of other really good readers down there. But yeah, come by if you want to say hi. We are going to be there
the whole weekend.
We are there the whole weekend.
Some people take this time of a long weekend to go away. We decide to go to a spiritual festival and do readings.
I mean, it's fun though.
I actually like it. And this rounds out like the end of the Australian tour for us this year. Kind of ends and begins the next phase of our Mind Body Spirit Festival partnership.
This is for the first part of the year, kind of. There's going to be two more festivals at the end of the year. Yeah, for Christmas. So this is always the biggest one in Melbourne over like King's birthday, Queen's birthday weekend. So it's going to be fun. It's
going to be awesome. I've always been to Mind Body Spirit in Melbourne and love it there, and know a lot of practitioners that have incredible modalities, like Wendy, who does art, who we're going to see. And I can't wait to catch up with the Peruvian stall that we saw down in Brisbane as well. There's so many. And so if you're interested, even if you're just curious and you want to check out more modalities, you want to like explore what's available here within the space, this is by far the biggest festival that has hit Australia, has been going for a long, long time, and is a really great place for you to just immerse yourself in the whole space.
You can get crystals from everything. Look at all the things on the screen. There's lots of stalls. You can get crystals. You can get different tools. You can get anything based in the spiritual world. Should be able to find there. It's really cool. And then they have other performers. They have stages. They have meditation room.
And us.
And they have us, so come and say hi.
We'll be down in the psychic reading room for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So if you have time and you're down there, give us a buzz. We'll come and see you.
Yeah.
But who have we got coming on today?
Well, I did speak a little bit about her earlier. So she's from New Zealand. She is also Maori and Cook Island. Angela Graham from Aka Ora Therapies. She is here with us today to tell us all about what she's up to.
Yeah, she's a healer, she's a tarot reader, and a moon and medicine practitioner. Kia ora, Angela, and welcome to Creative Talk Podcast. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on, Angela. And whereabouts are you based out here you're not in Melbourne?
No, I'm based in Seaford and Cheltenham.
Nice. How's the weather been out there? Is it gusty?
Pouring. It's pouring right now.
Well, I'm glad you're inside.
Yeah.
We all have to be. It's like it's terrible out there. It's like gailing hailstones. It's nasty. It's nasty. It is nasty. Definitely better to stay inside.
Yes. Yes. So, Angela, one of your healing modalities is kinesiology, and I don't know if people have heard about this, but it's such an interesting modality where the body speaks and the body tells you what was actually going on. Can you explain a little bit about it?
Yeah, so that's exactly why I like it, because it bypasses the brain, right? And we're dealing with the subconscious through biofeedback, and we're asking the body. The brain has so much to say, but the body knows what's underneath all of that, and that's where we want to get to. What's underneath that? What's the emotion underneath that? I always say, you say somebody comes to give up smoking as an example. They've been smoking for 20 years and they're like, yeah, I want to give up smoking. Okay, well, the body's taken me to the age, we'll just say 23, and the emotion oh no, I don't want to talk about that. No, I don't want to talk about that. Well, that we're going to have a problem because that particular event or whatever has a direct influence on why you smoke. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like, it's
it
the
does.
best way to explain it, because a lot of people, and I used to be one of them, you know, like I don't want to talk about that. I'm not here for that. Just fix me.
Yeah.
You know?
So
yeah.
Sorry, you go on.
No. So like, you know, there's an emotion underneath the reason why you've come, and we need to sit with the emotion. We need to, you know, maybe even like talk about what's come up for you. You know, we don't go too in depth. It's more for them, you know. I'm just passing on the messages from the body. You know, we don't go into it. It's not talk therapy. It's just, this is what the body's bringing up. How is that relevant to you? Does that make sense to you? You know? Yeah.
And then how do you test the body to show that thing? Yeah,
So,
what do you do?
Muscle testing. So, you know, we can like just be asking, you know, just your arm like this, you know, yes or no questions basically, and your body's going to either stay strong, or like if it like, you know, weakens, then let's go deeper down that road. You can do it. I do it. I use it in my everyday life all the time because I have a very strong mind, and I like to bypass my mind, and I just go straight to my muscles, and then I decide from there. It's so easy, and it takes a lot of stress out of my day.
Would you use that for making decisions?
Yes, everything from like which brand or which card. I love doing that, especially when I'm like scrolling or, you know, and it's like, oh, which card to pick? I'll go, well, and then I'll wait, and then I'll just do that. Yeah. Yeah, anything really. If I have to make a decision, I'll do muscle testing.
Wow.
And how is that process of like when you get these signals from the body, or when you get these feelings from the body, how does that work with your body? And is it a body to body or an energy connection, or is it both?
Intention.
Right.
Yeah. So, yep. So they have obviously consented to come.
Yes.
So and then I'm going to ask their body, can I work with you? And then you are going to work together. I think it's kind of like evolved a little bit for myself because, you know, we do the work that we do. I will generally get like this or that, and I will test then if it comes up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So like, you know, as an emotion, like, you know, maybe anger comes up in my head, and I'm like, I'll test anger to make sure it is anger, and then we'll go from there.
So it's almost like you're kind of sensing things clear, like feeling things clairsentiently, and then you kind of go further because you know they might be saying no, I'm not angry, and then you're like, I'm really feeling some anger right now.
Yeah, well, that's kind of similar. I'm sure that happens with readings as well. I get that with readings. It's like, okay, we're dealing with this, and they're like, no. So I don't mind. We'll just go on a tiki tour around here, and then they'll be like, yes, I was angry. I'm like, yes, we got there, and it's fine, you know. But yeah, we just got to help them sometimes to find how they felt that or why, because I've been there too. I'm like, nah, and then later on, like, oh yes, I did. But it's easier said than done to make someone understand their emotions that might have happened, you know, 40 years ago.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Was there a for yourself, because you've been through the journey yourself, was there a moment where you experienced kinesiology and that actually happened to you and just blew your mind?
Yeah, so that's exactly why I studied it. So so I've only been driving a car for like just before COVID happened, right? I would get really scared in cars. I kept trying, and then I stopped, and I just didn't understand. I did talk therapy. I did a few different things.
Right.
No one could help me. And then someone was like, oh, come see my kinesiologist. And I was like, why not? You know, I've tried everything else. And what was so awesome was that she did a meditation with me. All kinesiologists are different, right?
Yeah.
But generally speaking, muscle testing, they all muscle test. And she took me down a little bit of a meditation, and what I had completely forgotten was that we had been in a little car crash, me, my two siblings, and back in those days, we weren't wearing seatbelts. Well, actually, there were no seatbelts.
There were none,
No.
not in the front or the back.
No.
Yeah. And so someone's hit us from behind, and all I can hear is screaming and crying from my brother and sister. Nothing terrible, but just like really like everyone was upset, and my dad didn't even check on us. He just went back to abuse the person behind us. And it was just really traumatic right at the time. It could have been fine, but every time I hopped in the car with my dad, I got a little bit upset, a little bit like anxious. And being someone who wasn't really a patient person, he would be like, "You'll never drive. Nah, you'll never drive." So you hear that enough, and that's exactly what happened. I did not drive until someone brought up a memory that I'd forgotten. And then once you have a reason why, you can move through that. But I didn't know why. So it was so awesome to have that happen. And I swear to God, I probably got my license within the next 4 to 6 months after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Because I knew
amazing.
what the problem was, when I didn't before.
Do you think that memory wasn't actually held in your memory, it was more held in your body, and that's what actually came to the surface during the session?
That is such, I have not thought about that actually, but I know that she held space for something to come up, because the intention was like, why? Okay, we went back. She's like, "You were like 8," and I was like, "Yeah, I feel I was 8," and to this day I really believe that's how old I was. But it was just like, it's like the stars were aligned. This is time to move this up, and intention again. I want to move through this. I don't like living like this, and space was held to happen, and that's where the magic was, and it happened. And then I was like, oh my God, I have to study this. I have to share this.
That's so awesome,
life changing, really.
And then how long did it take you to move into being a kinesiologist, like a practitioner?
Yeah, those were like COVID times. So maybe a year and a half, about a year and a half. Things were a bit, I think things were a bit different. Things were a bit different. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, it is interesting thinking back to those times, where there were no seatbelts. There was like this whole time of where people were just like, cowboys running around doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
And trauma wasn't really trauma back then either. It was just like growing up in your family. You didn't complain.
Harden up.
No, harden up. Don't say anything. Stay quiet.
I remember.
That was the way of dealing with all of the chaos that we had to deal with back then.
Well, speaking of car crash, I remember when I was at primary. Sorry, I'm going to take over for a little bit, but this is similar. So I was at primary, and then we had this big station wagon, and my mum was a teacher at our school, and we had gone on a school trip with her class, or there were heaps of us in the car because it could seat people in the middle and at the back.
Was it a station wagon, or was it like one
a
of
big
those
red station wagon called the Beast? And so I think I must have been like 8, no, even smaller. I must have been really young. And I remember we were in there probably 8, and then no seatbelts, of course. And then somebody, it wasn't my mum or dad driving, it was one of the staff, and she smacked into something, and all us kids went woo, when we went flying in the car. And so like heaps of the kids were little 5 and 6 crying, and because the seat went forward, and then we were just like, oh, what's happened? But then no one gets fired, no one gets in trouble for taking these kids in this car.
Like no
seatbelts. We were just no child seats. Well, what is a child seat? Kid seat. So I still learned how to drive, and they didn't hold me back, but it was just like no safety back in those days, right? But we made it through. You know what I mean? It's not like
we're alive. Yeah. The only car memories I have is my dad speeding down Napier Highway and getting tickets all the time. Every time we went from Napier to Taupo or Taupo to Napier, he'd always get a ticket. because he was like a speed demon.
Yeah.
And
What were they, like $50, $30?
yeah, but he would actually abuse the police officer. Be like, "Why did you pull me over?" He's like, "Well, because you were speeding." He's like, "Yes, but I'm trying to get home."
Oh my God.
He's like, "Where do you live?" "Auckland." "Okay, so you still have 4 hours to go. Here's your ticket. See you later."
Far out. You're going to get another 3 on the way.
It was crazy, man.
Oh, man.
It was crazy.
So, Angela, you've spoken openly and about growing up around alcohol addiction. How did that environment shape you emotionally and spiritually growing up?
I guess like I was always on. I was always trying to think ahead, like it's no way for anyone to be. Actually, it reminds me of my recent dog that we've just got. She's a rescue, and she was just always like she was just muscleless, like what's happening next. She had to know what was going to happen next, and it's awful because I could actually see how I felt I was like as a kid. Trying to like, before he'd switch, my father used to drink cups of tea till 12 in the afternoon and then beer from 12 to 11 at night.
Right.
One meal, and that was at 11
Wow.
at night, and then bed. And so I just had to, because the kids were loud, and I had to like look after them so that we don't get a hiding or, something else might happen, that he won't remember. So I was just always in fight or flight, and I didn't know that was weird until I was an adult, right? And then, yeah, so fight or flight basically all the time, and I don't want that for anyone. But because I was like that, and then you finally meet people who are kind of, normal, not really normal, but like who don't put you in that state.
Yeah.
It's like, first of all, it's a godsend, but also by that stage, I was already drinking alcohol myself and numbing all of that anyways.
Yeah.
So it was something else that I had to move through before, healing again and being like, actually, I need to make better choices. I don't want to go down that road that some of my family have gone down. I want to create a purposeful life, which I have now. No drama, no stress. No one has to walk on eggshells. And everyone can be free to speak openly and honestly. So these are very important things that I learned that I did not have as a child.
I think, how we were talking about no seatbelts back then. Alcohol back then was also really difficult in the family dynamic. I grew up in a similar instance as well, where alcohol ruled the house and definitely ruled the trauma, and that became a journey in myself to try and look at how you have to manage that, have to deal with all the things that you grew up with, all of the instances and, all of the violence and everything that happened within that scenario. And I thought that our upbringing, until I met Amber and other people, I thought it was normal. I thought everyone's family went through it. And I was like, what do you mean your mum doesn't get beaten up every week and you don't get beaten up for just saying the wrong thing? And what do you mean you're not like, you don't have knives stuck in your door? Like, I thought everyone had those. It was like, It was just like, we grow up with these things not knowing at the time, because there's no one there telling you like, this is bad and this is good. You're just trying to survive. That fight or flight mode is our way we got through. It's like the survival mechanism.
Absolutely.
Like how we made it through. And you're the same, right? You grew up in similar instances too.
Yeah, with my dad was a bit similar to yours too, and he had a problem with drinking as well, and it's just like that whole thing of just, I always saw it as a really irresponsible adult that I would growl him as a child,
you did,
and
all the
I would
time.
be like, and I'd get really angry and stuff, and I just, you as a kid you can't understand why that person would continue to do that, right?
Yeah.
And then when you become an adult and then you understand trauma, like what we've started to understand through our healing work, it's deeper than that. It's because you think, just stop drinking. It's not as easy as that.
It's not. No, that would be great if it was.
It would. It would.
Do you think experiencing that trauma for yourself, Angela, and going through that journey, first of all, recognizing it in you, and then moving into the space of becoming a healer yourself, do those two things align? Did one part of the trauma help you become a better healer, or did it open that door for you in that instance, going through that experience?
Yeah, I guess like I didn't have anyone either when I was young. Like I really didn't have a safe space, or, like my mum wasn't around a lot, and like, when she was on a similar buzz, and like I guess it's so helpful that I do have that, I wouldn't change it for the world. I really like the person that I have become.
Yeah.
I really do. So I wouldn't change anything. But like, I really think, I guess I have been on this path of trying to create myself to be someone that could have been there for myself. Who did Angela need, and so I'm trying to just be, I am very understanding of why my parents are like that, like totally, like no one chooses to be like that, like they all come from their own and their parents,
Exactly.
like that no one chooses, and I mean that, and they're beautiful people, and they're just, what is it? We're just doing the best with what we have.
Exactly.
And I love them, and I forgive them and all that jazz. But that trauma is definitely a part of who I am now, and why because I've been through that, why I know that my work is needed and important, because I would have loved to have had someone around me who could have shared, or just I've had to learn this stuff myself. That's cool, but it's so nice to be able to offer it to people who may want it, or who need it.
Do you find that now that you've been through that trauma in your life as a younger woman, and then you've grown up and healed yourself, and then now you're doing the healing, do you find that those people who are suffering from those traumas that you've been through also show up now as clients, and you're able to help them step through the thing that you've just gone through yourself? Do you find that happens as well?
Totally. You always attract, well, I'm speaking for myself. I seem to attract people that I have understanding of, because similar, or like same, like, we're going through the same thing as well. That is definitely something that I've noticed with clients, or people who come to my moon and medicine circles. There's something there that ties us, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Totally makes sense.
Yeah. And do you find now, are you working in a space where you're working with more like-minded people, like women in your space, or is there a particular kind of person that you are, you said you're attracting people that are like, but is it women in particular, or is it men? Who is it?
So one of my biggest, I guess my biggest traumas was to do with my mother, which also has to do, which comes down to, was woman as well, right?
Yeah.
And my biggest pain is now my biggest, what would I say? It's like how I heal now. It's with women. So what used to hurt me, what's caused the most pain, is now my medicine, and those are the people that I talk to, which is a lot of women. Which is crazy, because like that doesn't make sense real on paper, but it makes sense on the journey. Yeah.
It's like the learnings that come from those bad experiences, or those experiences with that particular person, can kind of drive you forward, which is really helpful for others because you've been there and experienced it, right?
Yeah.
So, Angela, you're Maori and Cook Island Maori. Does your Indigenous heritage influence the way you approach healing and spiritual connection?
So this is a little like, I used to always feel, especially with my Islander side, I felt very disconnected. I felt I didn't belong, mainly just due to experience. Like I was a black sheep. I wasn't very close to that side of the family, but also there was, and I've also just found out that I always knew that I had Māori in me, New Zealand Māori. That's a feeling, that's a knowing, that's not something that you can confirm, right? So I never talked about that. But I'm not surprised at all that it's finally come up, and my mother has now found her family. That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
amazing.
incredible.
It is. But I must say, it has a lot to do with, working in our field and studying and ancestral healing. There's a huge part of this that is now I'm really passionate about, because I am seeing the actual the gold that it is created, because I know for a fact that my grandparents have been working hard behind the scenes to help me in my mother's relationship, help me find and her find, her tribe, it's all it's amazing because it's so amazing, because I hadn't talked to my mother for 10 years over,
Holy heck.
and but I was trying to be a detective by myself and find out who my father was, and you can only get so far by yourself. But through this work, I believe wholeheartedly that, and with them, like I probably, if I'm honest, I probably have had more help and more understanding, and I have more connection with the dead than the living, if I'm honest. And but that has opened up space to now have connection with the living.
Yes. Yeah.
When it wasn't there before.
Yeah, and it will continue to grow. Obviously, the more that you use it,
Absolutely.
and the more that we connect with it. Do you think, and maybe think's not the right word, but do you feel that the Indigenous side, the cultural side, when it comes to this understanding or this knowing, do you feel like we had this, like we had these gifts or abilities way back? Do you feel like we're now starting to rediscover some of these abilities and talents that we have and naturally have and people have around the world?
Absolutely. I've always looked to Indigenous people, not just my own people, but I've always looked to even like American Indians as an example. They always look to the stars, they always look to the earth, they always look to the people. I really feel the same about all of that. Like I don't feel that there needs to be a middleman, to get to my God. Do you know what I mean? Like my God is always available for me. I don't need to go through anyone. And I'm feeling really fluffy here right now, because like that is something I really feel like. You don't have to go somewhere in particular to connect. That God is in everything. And we just got to ask. And that's what I love about Indigenous cultures, because that's what I believe in too. That's the most natural for me.
Yes, I totally agree.
And it's all part of our DNA and our heritage and our ancestry all at the same time. So yeah, that's beautiful. I totally resonate with that disconnection of culture too, because I didn't grow up around like how my father did with his cousins with the cultural connection. You did. Your family is like full on. And they are, they're very tutu Māori, and we're
my
like
mum is
plastic. I'm like plastic.
See, the funny thing is,
I'm learning.
He's
the
plastic Māori, and he looks the most Māori. I look like I'm a white person, and I can speak Māori, and I learned, from an early age Māori practices and things like tikanga and stuff like that. But people always go to him and ask him, and he's like, I don't know, ask him.
But that disconnection is real for a lot of us, right? Especially when we leave the land and we don't grow up around the marae, and we miss protocols and just simple understandings. And I think it kind of like, for me at an older age, going back and learning those connections, and they mean more now than they did when I was young.
I think so.
It just didn't resonate. But now it's like, I actually need to do more work in order to build that connection even more, even stronger.
Totally. But that keeps you separate. You know what I mean?
It does.
Powerful minds that, like, oh, I don't know, like, oh, no, that's not for me. Like I said, that kept me separate when I had a knowing, but it's like, but there was no proof then. But then there's like people, like, Nigel or someone going, find out your tribe.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you've got it.
He goes, yes, you do. Oh my God. I'm a detective now.
And that's the thing, like when, you can talk, Angela, about how what I found with the ancestral work that I've done, and you might have had a similar thing, is that you know, they are working with us and helping us to find ourselves, right? Which has been lost because of so many different things.
Oh, yeah.
But it's about pushing us forward in a way that's sometimes confronting.
Yes.
But also, but very healing, right?
Oh, so healing, you know, like they want the best for us, you know. Maybe they didn't necessarily know they did when they were alive, you know. Things that this is what I've really realized in this, you know. My grandmother works a lot with me. She's with me a lot in since passing, you know, since she's on the other side. But, you know, it was a shock to know that she's the one who's always there first. Because when she was alive, I kind of thought she hated me. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
But to be honest, but like,
Yeah.
you know, how many times have we heard of a reading or whatever, and like the ones who hurt us the most understand what they've done and they want nothing but to help us to achieve the things that we want to achieve. And to, you know, I know she feels bad at all the secrets she kept from my mother. Do you know what I mean? Like, and she wants to make all that right. And, you know, I just want to cry just thinking about how, but you know what I mean? Like, it's so good for all of us.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And, you know, it brings into this how important the connection is, because even though they're passed over, and that used to be separate for me, now it's like we're still together regardless. Whether I'm here, you're there, we're like, I can still talk to you. We can still relate. We can still share information. We can still learn. That never used to exist before, but now that door is opening wider and wider.
I mean,
every year.
Haven't you had a better connection and relationship with your dad now
since
he's passed?
Absolutely. Me and my father, we never got on for most of my life, you know, because of the stuff he put myself, my brother, and my mother through. And there was this massive wall, and it was just a block on both me and also him. And we never talked. And if we did talk, it was like one word, 2 words, if best, at that. And there was no want from either side for us to create any type of relationship. And then when he passed during COVID, he like showed up straight away in readings. He started showing up in mediumship readings, and like my dad was like a, you know, semi-politician kind of guy. He would always be front and center and standing big and tall and like giving his tautoko to the world and making sure he was on the scene. So whenever there was a public gathering of people and I was doing something spiritual, sure enough, he would show up. But at the same time, he started apologizing for the way he was through those sessions. He started acknowledging the work that I've been doing for myself and for that. And that just made me want to do more, to be honest. And now I talk to him more often than when we were alive. And that just blows me away, because it shows that the healing doesn't just happen here. It can also happen when you go over as well. And I think that is just, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Love it. So you've talked a little bit about your moon and medicine circle that you run. Tell us what it is, what can people expect, and what do you do? You're not running around naked following the moon, are you?
They cost extra, Amber. Extra, all right. No. Like it's not. It's the energy, right? So I want to work under the moon because of the energy, and the energy of the full moon is bringing, who knows, depending on, you know, what astrology sign. But like I used to organize these earlier because I'm quite organized with some things. But what I realized when it came up to it, how is the energy? How am I feeling? What's going on? So I couldn't. So it's really spirit led, basically. And like during the week, I kind of put it all together. I kind of, you know, feel into it. And then basically, like we all get together. There's meditation. There's ritual. There's like a type of exercise that spirit brings up. Like last week, we worked with forgiveness and expansion, you know, like, and I know, and you know, they were very adamant of like, we're going to work in pairs. And I'm like, strangers in pairs. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, this is too deep. Like, are you sure? Like, you know, but I have to trust. This is what I'm learning at the moment. And and it was so beautiful. It was so deep, and it worked out, and I was so glad. But you know, these are spaces and times to come together once a month where we can go deep, go inside, not be told what to do, not, the children, the work, this is me, what layer needs to peel off, what am I ready for, the intention is to work with whoever's going to come, what do we need most,
Yes.
But yeah, it's the group work is something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm really enjoying these because it just gives us a chance to grow and evolve, basically.
Sounds awesome. Do you get is it just for women or is it mixed? Is it?
No, it's for everyone. Yep. My husband has gone to everyone and he swears by it because this man is very, very busy. He runs his own business, and this really brings him back down. It grounds him. He sees where he's going. He looks at his, we work with gratitude all the time, He's like, oh, life is hard. But actually, I've got a lot of things to be grateful for. That's one of his favorite things.
Yeah.
But it really grounds him, and it's like, okay, I'm actually here. Life actually isn't as bad. Okay, I'm doing this. Okay, maybe I should make some changes. It really, he swears by it, and I appreciate his support. But I think I used to think he was very supportive, but no, what I've realized is he actually needs this to journey through his own life.
Yes, you definitely need that when you're running your own business. That center of bringing you back to, because you do so much for other people or as clients. So that's amazing that you guys have that relationship in order to share and support one another.
You guys are similar too, you guys are that way as well. I actually really love that you guys do this, and it's something that I'd like to do, not a podcast, but I'd like to work with my husband in a way that does this type of stuff. So yeah, you guys inspire me too.
Oh, thanks, Angela. Thank you. Yes, it's a loving torment that we go through.
Look,
anyway, darling,
if
happy wife, as Phil would say, happy wife, happy life.
If you have the patience,
yes, you need a lot of patience.
Work with your husband, Angela.
It's not for everyone, it's not a thing.
That's why it's very special. It's certainly not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
No, even sometimes I think it's not for me, and then I wake up and I'm like, I have to do this today with this person, and
day.
That's okay because I won the competition.
But only just like she only just won. Not that it's a competition, but it's a competition.
Oh, but it is.
And I lost.
But I mean, there's going to be a competition on the day over the weekend, so watch this space.
Yeah, we'll do a numbers tally every day. We'll see who wins at the end. No,
so fun.
That's funny.
So speaking of spiritual entrepreneurship, that's a mouthful. Entrepreneurship, people, as we've discovered, people think, oh, it's so nice and just being in a business with your partner, it's going to be lovely, you get to spend all this time together, and they think it's easy and they think it's like a piece of cake. And what are some of the things that you've gone through, the struggles and the challenges and the wins that have come with your spiritual business?
So what I have learned, I like things to be fast, and I've learned, and it's hard. This is a Knight of Pentacles situation for my business. If I had to pick one card, it would be that, it's a slow, steady girl, and I am not a patient person, but we are doing things properly, and I get it, but it just not as going as fast as I'd like. But what I am learning, and it is patience, and it is doing things properly, that I've found being patient very hard. I've also doubted myself many times. I'm sure you all have.
Yep.
Yeah. 100%.
And that I know that's part of the process, but that's what, I have to come back to myself. Do you know what I mean? Is this where what I want to be doing? Yes. Okay, cool. Keep going, like one foot in front of the other, slow and steady wins the race, basically.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing for me, patience,
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, it's really hard. I've got fire in my chart, and And I'm a Gemini, so yeah, it's a little, but I'm learning, and that is why I'm here.
Yeah, it does. It takes, it's a spiritual business is different from other businesses because it
totally.
doesn't work in the same way.
No.
It really is spirit led, and then if you go against the wishes of your spirit team or the guidance, then you end up somewhere and you're like, hold up,
get here?
this is not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Backtrack. Okay, I'm just gonna listen now. But those are the lessons that we have to learn, right? And that's part of it. But it is hard because we live in this human world, 3D world, and we need to make money, and it's like, well, where's all the things, and it's just like there's still learnings. There's still things to learn, right?
And we totally get that patience part, because we've been through times, and I've been through it in my business and your business and our together marketing business, where you're like, I do all this great work of helping people. Where's the reward? When is it coming? Is it coming today? Is it tomorrow? And you just like, can you come now? Because that would be great. And you're kind of waiting for it to kick in, but it kicks in different ways. Like it kicks in different opportunities and different clients and different lessons and different messages. And that's when you kind of go, oh, it's not just a financial thing. This is I'm a healing, learning thing.
It's bigger than
it's
that.
bigger than
It's bigger
just
than
the
that.
it's bigger than just the money side of things. And that was the biggest learning for me, because going from a normal business into a spiritual, I was like, how much money are we going to make? Are we going to cover this stuff? Blah 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 blah. Only to realize that's the last part.
Yeah.
That's the last piece, is being rewarded in that way. So it's been a massive learning.
It is, and we continue to learn.
Oh, yeah.
But that's part of it. We have a very lovely comment come in from Charles from Amati Moon saying, Angela is so amazing.
Yeah, Charles. Thank you so much for tuning in, mate.
As is Charles. Oh my
Absolutely.
God, I love Charles. Oh,
Yes.
I love Charles. Charles is actually, one of my amazing teachers, mentors who has helped me come onto this path. Do you know what I mean? Along with Nigel and all of them have helped me become where I am.
It's so important to find those really key people within this space, though. It really makes, for me especially, it changed the difference of how I progressed and learned and integrated, having the right support and teacher and knowledge. And Charles has definitely been one of those. Nigel's another one. Phil and Kerry's another. It's just like these people are incredible, and I don't know why they're not everywhere.
Yeah.
Like going viral as much as, some of those, what's his name? Jay Shetty, who's just shitty.
Oh,
and sorry to mention his
don't get me
name, because
started.
he's not really a spiritual anything, right? He's just a plagiarist. But, and that's another discussion for another day. But I'm like, how come these people who do such amazing work, who are out here helping people like myself really heal from trauma, and people out in the world who are still suffering, move and shift layers, how are they not getting the recognition and the support that they deserve with all the amazing stuff that they do, But
I think we only see the human level. We're not seeing what work the spiritual world is doing for these people. So you know what I mean? So there's a bigger plan for Charles, for Nigel, for us, for all spiritual people. Who is this beautiful puppy? Oh my God.
I knew she would come on. I knew it.
This is Minnie.
Oh, hi, Minnie.
Rescue, who's just turned 3.
Oh, hi, Minnie. You're beautiful.
I never wanted a daughter, and I got a mini me.
Look at her. She's like, of course you wanted a daughter. I'm here now. Look at her hugging you.
Look at it. Look at her smile.
Look at her smile.
Oh,
that's the best.
Love you, baby girl.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Glenn, my husband, calls us his little rescues.
Oh, that's nice.
How many animals do you have, Angela?
I'm only allowed one at a time, but we are working on it.
Would you have a zoo?
I would definitely. My dad had a zoo. We had a goat, we had dogs, we had cats, we had budgies. I would be Dr. Dolittle.
Yes.
That'd be kind of cool though, eh?
You should do it.
It'd so be cool.
Just do it. Like, what is your husband going to say when you bring home all these animals? He's not going to reject them. You'd be like, look, he's injured. We have to save him. Oh, look, I'm working on this one. He's not going to reject them.
Yeah, this one was abandoned by its mother.
Yes.
This one over here, he needs to have all
his wing is broken.
When he goes on holiday, he's like, who's going to look after them when we go on holiday? That's his thing. And I'm like, true.
True, very true.
Well, you get a pet sitter. That's all it is.
Totally. Someone stays here. I know. I'll be passing all of this on. Trust me.
Yeah.
Now, we covered and talked about some of the difficulties of having a spiritual business. And within this space, there's often either pressure or this perception that, you have to appear to be constantly healed and like have this guru type of face and mentality.
Like
and
Jay Shetty.
We won't mention his name again.
Yeah. He's got healing to do.
Have you ever felt that you'd have to hide certain parts of yourself or your journey or anything from the people that you meet or the space that you've been in? Or has it just been something where you've always just been vulnerable and allowed yourself just to shine and show the things that you love?
I never feel that I have to hide anything. I struggle with how do I explain or how do I communicate things, like I can get to I want to say a lot, but also like I'm like that maybe that's a bit too heavy that'll trigger someone, like I get in that space. I don't fear any of that stuff, but I do worry about how some people will take some of this stuff because but in the end it's like, well, it's your life. You have every right to share your life, like I love hearing about other people's lives, I really do. And sometimes it's like, oh my God, they're talking to me,
Yeah.
But I just sometimes I do struggle with like, ooh, how am I going to communicate this without it coming out wrong? That's the main thing for me. That
level of discernment. I have problems with that too, because I'm like, I'm going to tell you the full story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but then we're going to focus on the good. And then I don't think a lot of people are ready for the whole story.
I mean, you have been pulled up sometimes on your delivery, haven't you, by somebody, our teacher, our teacher.
There's been a lot of times where I'm like, he's like, you don't need to start at the darkness. You can start at the other side. And I'm like, really though? Would you? Like, I kind of like the darkness. And then we bring up the light. It's kind of...
I mean, to be fair, I'm always being told, Amber, you're beating around the bush.
Yeah.
Just be more direct. Go straight to the thing. And I'm like, you got to warm them up first. So I think it really depends on approach. Right?
Yeah. And we're all different.
Yes.
We're all different. Correct.
It's the thing about what you said, Angela, about appearing too much or, that's just your authentic self. And so I've come to this point, I'm too much sometimes too, because people don't get me and I'm just like, whatever. I come to this point where I'm just like, if they don't get it, that's them. That's on them. And that's fine because we'll never be everything to everyone, right?
No. And we shouldn't have to be. To be honest.
No, it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much. I've got enough going on here. Thanks very much.
The right people will find you and they will get you.
Exactly. You'll find your tribe.
So what's next on the cards for you, Angela? What's coming up? When's the next moon circle cycle? And when's, what events and where can people find you and what's coming up in your world?
So my next moon and medicine is Wednesday, the 1st of July at Merkaba Studio in Cheltenham, 7 p.m. to 9. I work from in Seaford, Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And I guess like where I want to go and what I really want to, start focusing more on is probably mediumship, to be honest. Like that, it's something that it wasn't something that I ever wanted to do. Like it was never on my mind. It's just kind of feeling like I'm getting guided here. And I'm actually starting to relax into it and not be so like weirded out by it, because I was for a while, mainly because it just wasn't something I was interested in. But it's definitely I'm interested now.
And then I mean we're both the same. I always say too,
You were terrified of speaking.
I was
people
like,
who are
I'm
past.
not.
Let's be honest.
No, mine was no.
You didn't
you know
want
what
them in the house. She didn't want any dead people walking
Look,
through the living room.
No, this of course. I mean, who
I'm
does?
not interested in having them hang around.
No, because he's the opposite. He'll bring. Oh yeah.
I was talking to everyone.
Bring them all in. I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
Come and sit at the table. We'll have a little powwow. Yeah.
Oh, and I'd be in there, and he's like, "Oh, there's a girl standing there," and like, come on, that's gonna put you off, right? So I was always like, I don't want to see horrible things. I don't want to see.
I get that.
All gory stuff. And you know what? Then I said to Cabrasco, I don't think I'm a medium. No. And then the next minute we were up on stage doing live dems at the spiritual church with Nigel. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm doing this now. So and then now it's one of my most highly sought after modalities with people. And so I love doing mediumship now.
Do you think that fear came from Hollywood and all the things you grew up with around?
It came from my overactive imagination.
Okay.
Yeah, because, and probably from scary movies, but I was never into horrors. Even as a child, there was something about them that made me go, it's too much. Because then I'd watch it and then I'd be in it and I'd dream it and I'd be and everywhere I go in the dark, I'm there, right? So some people love it. I can't.
What about you, Angela? Do you have any fears?
Yeah, well, my fear is like I already feel deeply, and I already feel that for myself deeply, and then I get worried about feeling deeply for others.
Yes.
And reliving or something like that. That is a fear of mine. And generally speaking, up until recent, I tried to avoid all of others because I was struggling with feeling my own. So that's something I'm still working through, but I know that this will be a part of it helping navigate. I believe.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I totally understand. Yeah.
So now we're going to do a little bit of a reading for you, Angela.
Oh, wow, amazing.
What would you like to know? What's your question?
I guess like my business, okay, besides patience,
what
else would be helpful for me to help my baby grow?
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, this one came out straight away.
Huh.
Strength. And
look.
Oh wow.
That is that card in an oil.
Wow. And this one, happy family. So
beautiful.
Yeah. So okay, we'll keep those to the side. So what does Angela need? What else does Angela need to help her spiritual business grow? Was that the question, Angela? Or am I just making things up now? What do you need to make your spiritual business grow?
Yeah.
Everything's flying.
Yeah. I love you. I love you.
Okay. Just messed up my hair. Okay. So I've got 3 piles of cards here. Left, middle, or right. Please choose one.
I'm going to muscle test.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to go with the middle, please.
Middle.
Nice.
Okay.
1 minute.
I knew that one would come out. Okay, so we've got 3 cards, 3 card spread. So we'll do past, present, and future. So in the past, you've taken the leap. The Fool is about you had, enough belief in yourself, and you just thought, right, I'm gonna give this a go. And I feel like that energy of you pushing forward knowing that you're being divinely guided. You've got your little dog here, which is representing spirit and pushing you forward as well, knowing that it's going to be this journey of self-discovery, but also a journey of it doesn't mean that everything's easy, right? But you're doing it anyway. And I feel the point that got you there actually was there was a lot that got you to that point initially of like, I'm going to take this leap. You did a lot of work on yourself. You've been learning a lot about you, yourself, your history, where things have been affecting you, and kind of working through that, changing your perspective on that. In terms of this is now, you, with that healing comes the work done to change how you feel and feel about things, but also how you react to things, right? And then seeing that, the world's my oyster, I can move forward with that. So initially, such a good drive forward in starting your business. Where we are presently, I feel like you're in this phase where you are now at more of an experienced level, but there can sometimes be that kind of thing coming in, which is a little bit like imposter syndrome, or that feeling of, am I okay to be up here on this horse while everyone is down there? You know what I mean? Is it really where I should be? But we supporting that, we get this card, which is going into your intuition and being comfortable where you are, and knowing that it's all part of the process, right? It's all part of the process for you, and it's about you. Yes, you are where you're meant to be. It's just about now moving forward in that and believing in yourself and going more and deeper into your intuition.
And having a structure around that actually supports you with that growth as well. I feel in the past there was a lot of this, I'm just going to trust and I'm going to allow everything to come in. But actually the business does take work, right? There's things that need to be put in place. There's systems that need to be there. There's content that needs to be made. All those things now have a proper place for you, not just from the things you've learned, but also the people you want to bring into your business and the types of things you want to be teaching and the circles you want to be holding. All of that is now growing, from a different place because you've been through those learnings already.
And then we get to the future, which is looking so bright and so amazing because the star is about bringing everything into balance, but also being guided spiritually. And then here comes the money. You are in that king, you're the king of your domain, and in that world, you're also very powerful in the communication of things. And so it's bringing forward that mind, body, and spirit. But I do see there's more of a collaboration coming for you with the three of, can you show the Three of Pentacles? Other one?
I can't do this one.
Yeah, where I do see you working with others, other practitioners or other people in your circles, and bringing more to the surface with other people to make stuff happen. But it's definitely finding your feet in your own world, and then kind of guiding you through that, and knowing that there's so much strength within what you do already. That's why this strength card has come up, and you are just, you're commanding it now, and it's going to lead to, you and your husband having a really comfortable and happy life together with your fur baby.
And not just an outward strength either. It's very much an inner strength that's being collaborated and built at the same time. And with that strength comes confidence. With that confidence comes more creativity, that allows you to grow in different spaces. And for me, the star is also about you spreading your wings further than where you feel you're at right now. And there's a lot of possibilities where you could work with different types of clients at different age groups. It could be families as well as husbands and wives and relationships, right? There's all of these things become possible when we open ourselves up and we become comfortable with what you naturally can actually do and how you can support all these different types of people. So this journey is definitely on its way to continue to grow. and support you in that same space, but it shows your growth within yourself and in the practice. And that's part of this, we were talking before around that spiritual journey of the business, and the growth of that is actually your spiritual journey and growth at the same time. So it's all connected into that path.
Yeah. But you're on a great path.
Absolutely.
Where you are, just if those doubts start creeping in, just channel this lady. Just hold. You've got the skills.
You do.
You just need to believe and know that it's available for you.
Yeah.
And then there is power in that. There's power in, and that's not an arrogance. It's in a knowing power, which comes from just kind of knowing that it's going to happen. It is happening. You're already doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're already healing people and touching people's lives and helping them. So it's just a matter of keeping on going in that direction.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Thank you, Angela. And thank you for sharing your beautiful fur baby with us this evening and spending time with us
Minnie.
to talk about your beautiful world.
Look at it.
We'll definitely be following your journey and also supporting you as much as we can with regards to everything that you do with your events and also your content, which I love.
Yeah,
I love your humor.
Social content.
Your social
next
content
level.
is so good. If you guys want to see some amazing content, you need to check out Angela's pages on Instagram.
Yes.
They are just so good. It's so good.
Thank you.
But thank you, Angela. Thanks for being with us this evening, and thank you for spending some time and sharing space with us tonight.
Thank you, Angela.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And guys, if you want to follow Angela on any of her websites or social media, you can visit her website, which is Akaroa Therapies.
Akaroa Therapies.
Therapies.au.
Yeah.
We've got the website here that you can visit. She has all her offerings, all of the moon circles, more information about herself that you can check out on her website. And as I said, go check out her social.
It's got links to her social as well down the bottom, I think.
It does.
Have a look.
Right down the bottom.
There you go. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. We are very much looking forward to our long weekend at Mind, Body, Spirit. So if you like that reading with Angela, come and get a reading with us.
I've now got to figure out what I'm going to wear for the next 4 days.
Look, I'm sorted.
I don't even know yet. So that's going to be an interesting decision.
I'm totally sorted. I've just got my freebies to sort out, which is ready to go. But yeah. Then next week we are going to change it up a little bit. We have another very special guest who has a New Zealand connection as well.
Australia's own Intertrainer.
But we're not going to say more than that. Intertrainer is all we're going to say. And it's going to be a fun podcast. So please tune in.
I hope he dances like Michael Jackson. Because he can actually dance.
He can actually dance.
He's actually got... Anyway, he will be here to spill the beans and the tea on Amber and I and the things that he's been putting up with for the last couple of years. But it's not a competition.
I'm the best client.
Well, look, guys, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Creative Talk. Huge thanks to Angela, and we will see you guys next week, same time, on Thursday at 5 p.m. We'll see you guys then. Take care.
Like